Dave, can you call the roll?
Sure. Commissioner McGuire. Here. Commissioner Locks.
Here.
Commissioner Coles.
Present.
Commissioner Goodrich.
Here.
Commissioner Britton.
Here.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky.
Here.
And Chair Walowski.
Here. All right, at this point, I'd like to have our alternates come forward. I'm going to appoint you. Alternate Commissioner Zach Fody, Alternate Commissioner Dennis Bougie, Alternate Commissioner Dave Scott, Alternate Katrina Caird. You are hereby appointed. Thank you for your service. Have a seat.
Just stop in and see the clerk. No, not yet. You need to go see the town clerk to get sworn in. So the next one, that'd be good to go.
Well, thank you for coming. All right, with that, let's move on to the public hearings. Item A, 628 Associates LLC, proposed special permit application to permit construction of an additional building on the parcel, property located at 170 Spring Street, Zone I-1, SPU number 723. And I'm way ahead of myself. All right.
Did pledge, right?
All right, hold on here. Determination of a quorum, it appears we have one. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. All right, thank you. Let's be seated. Okay, I'm looking for an approval of the minutes from December 2nd, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of December 2nd, 2025.
I have a second? All right. We need a voice on that, Dave, or are we good?
Yeah, all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Commissioner discussion. Any subcommittee reports? You have anything, Todd?
No, nothing.
All right, I think we're pretty quiet. We'll be working on those moving forward. Chairman's comments, same thing. There's not much at this point. We're moving forward. So with that, we will now get to the public hearings. Item A, 628 Associates LLC, proposed special permit application to permit construction of an additional building on the parcel, property located at 170 Spring Street, Zone I-1, number SPU 723. Mr. Judas, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commission members. For the record, my name is Stephen Judas. I'm with the Office of Cole Civil and Survey, located at 876 South Main Street in Plantsville. First, Happy New Year to everybody. It's good to see everybody. We all made it through the holidays. I have tonight an application for an additional building. This is a public hearing per section 9.6.5 of your regulations. In commercial scenarios, your regulations permit more than one principal building on a parcel. And you'll see, sites like Lowe's and Target are on one parcel. So that application came in before you, and we've come before you on a couple other applications. The Curtis Street application had 12 separate buildings on one parcel. This is a site on 170 Spring Street. It's owned by the applicant is 628 Associates LLC. It's an 8-acre parcel, home of the Gordon Corporation, and the Gordon Corporation is in this large building here. The Gordon Corporation actually builds Bilco doorways, hatchways that you'll buy in Lowe's or Home Depot. They come in a kit. You take the parts together, you mount it to the concrete, and that it's kind of a very successful but quiet. You wouldn't even know that it's here in the town of Southington. They've been operating here for quite some time. And they're looking to add another building to their parcel. Partially, that part of that building will be used for their service use, and then they're going to hopefully lease out the other portion of the building. The site has an existing parking lot in the front, and then a loading area and some parking spaces in this area. Our main entrance is located on Spring Street. It's very flat. There is a wetland corridor that kind of runs through this area. This is the old Crystal Bees site. And then I think you have the air conditioning, I can't remember, Kurt Nichols facility over here. And, and this is our new building with some proposed pavement around the building. We have a series of catch basins that are going to be installed along the front of this building. It's very flat, so we had to install basins to collect the water. And then we have them discharging into like a detention basin / swale that kind of runs around the back of the building. And we're kind of doing this, and on the other side, we're using infiltration trenches along the edges of the pavement, and we have another swale that picks up storm water. And all the roof leaders would be directed towards this detention basin in the back. We are proposing landscaping and some street trees as part of your regulation. We did go to the Inland Wetland or Conservation Commission for this application, and we did get approval from them. The building itself is a 21,000 square foot building, again, serviced by public water and public sewer. We feel that the building actually works pretty well with the site as far as the driveway and the parking and the access. And we feel like it's gonna have good traffic movement throughout the site and won't cause any problems. As I mentioned, stormwater meets the town of Southington requirements and also the recommendations of the Connecticut Stormwater Quality Manual. So we have addressed those issues and additional landscaping that we've proposed. We do have just some lighting on the building, but no pole lights proposed as part of this application. Full cutoff fixtures, however. We did receive comments from staff, and we provided revised plans and responses to comments. And as this is part of the public hearing, the real issue for this is going to be, do you feel that this parcel can handle 2 buildings? We believe that it does, but that's the issue of the public hearing. Once the public hearing is closed, we'll move on to the site plan, and I'll kind of regurgitate my presentation back to you for the site plan portion of this. Okay?
Yes, thank
Any
you.
questions for me before you open up to the
Like to
public?
Open it up to the commissioners. Commissioner Coles?
Hi.
Hey,
So the existing use is manufacturing for Bilco doors.
yes.
The existing structure, that's where their manufacturing happens. What's going to happen in the addition? Is that going to be additional manufacturing or storage?
That'll be mostly storage for the product.
So how many more additional employees do you anticipate?
It's hard to say. I didn't specifically ask the applicant that question, so I don't want to, I would assume there'll be additional employees coming in, but I don't think it'll be a huge amount of people.
What's the additional parking space count?
We're proposing a total of 28 parking spaces. We anticipated 22 spaces for the existing use, and then we've added parking space a parking space outside each unit, because they also have a garage in front of each unit. You know, the flex space has a garage, a man door, and a parking space.
Okay,
So,
I'm sorry. So I missed this. Okay, so each one of these is going to be individual let-out spaces.
so the applicant's going to occupy, we believe, 3 of the spaces.
Okay.
And then the other 3, he would rent out as flex space. You know, we've seen this a lot, plumber, electrician, someone like that
Yeah, no,
works out of a van.
it's
Yeah.
a great opportunity for some small business owner.
We have more on the agenda tonight, so they're very, very popular,
Good.
in demand.
So that being said, traffic patterns in the parkway,
Mhm.
or, since we're not exactly sure who's coming in and coming out with the existing structure, again, we're just looking at, can this facilitate the second building?
Right.
How is traffic flow going to be managed? Because it's hard to kind of see. Maybe, is that a site plan question?
I think if you're concerned, I think it can apply here. I know this is an image, it's hard to see, but there's an existing 24-foot curb cut here, full access, that the site utilizes now. And that comes in and follows a driveway into this location here with an area for loading at this location. And then we have parking spaces here, and we have a large parking area and another loading dock here. So we're proposing parking spaces all along the front of this building, but we have a very wide aisle We have, I think, approximately a 35-foot aisle between parking spaces on either side, where typically we'd have 24 feet. So we have, I believe, from a movement perspective, a geometry perspective, the access and movement around the site will work very well.
So is the south loading dock, and if I have my, the south is, yeah, okay. The south loading dock, would we anticipate tractor trailers going, like trying to back up in there?
Occasionally, what they do is they come this way, and then they back in that way. You can see that that's happening already, because this is going to be pavement here.
And there's not gonna be it's not gonna be a circular around the building? It's
No.
just gonna, just in that main driveway?
Yeah, there's wetlands on the backside of the building, so we tried to keep everything away from the wetland area, but still leave enough room. That was one of the comments from staff was, could we move the building a little farther away from the wetlands, which we did, and then we had to shrink things a little bit to make it work, but we left enough space there to have good movement.
Okay. And then additional waste facilities for the, you know what? Don't worry about that one. We'll talk about that one in site plan.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer for that on that one, but I'll come up with something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Anyone else?
Thank you. Oh,
I have just a quick, along the back, so that's showing some plantings. Are those retaining walls that are
no,
back?
we're not proposing any walls. We have some landscaping around the edge of the detention area. And this detention area is very shallow. It's only 2 feet in depth. It's really a depression that could be mowed if need be. And the site is very, very flat. It just drops off a little bit along the edge of the wetland. So we just are taking this area, and we just have a grass swale that lets the water sheet over into this depression. And we kind of have a similar situation here with just slightly deeper, again, 2 feet, no more than 2 feet deeper on this corner. And that provides our stormwater quality and our detention.
Will there be mowable grass back there?
So in the bottom, there will be mobile grass, but in the bottom of the basin, we proposed a wetland mix, which is a little better for infiltration and stormwater quality.
All right, so in terms of the basin itself, no need for a fence or a guardrail or
Yeah,
anything?
so your regulations require a fence if there's going to be water in the basin for more than 24 hours. And I think our calculations came out, Connor, I think it was 26, right, is what we came out to?
Yeah, it was 26 or 29. It was in the upper 20s. Yeah.
We were really close, and we felt it kind of didn't make sense to put a fence on this. If the commission's concerned, I would say maybe if you could let us work it out with Connor. If we might be able to make the basin a little bigger and be able to reduce that storage time below the 24-hour period.
Well, I might suggest like a timber guardrail, something decorative that should be relatively low cost, but it'll also define the area.
Yeah, you mean along the edge of the basin?
Yes,
On both sides or just along the building?
just along the building.
Yeah, that would be fine. I'm sure they would be okay with that. It defines the area and it provides some protection.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? All right, at this point, I'll open it up to members of the town. Is there anyone here to speak for this application? All right, seeing none, we'll move on. Is there anyone here to speak opposed to this application? All right, seeing none, are you okay if we close this public hearing, Steve?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, do we need to
To close it?
close it?
We can just ask if everyone's in agreement.
Is everyone in agreement? We're going to close this?
Yes.
Thank you. This application A is closed. Moving on to item B, AGA Millwork LLC, two-lot re-subdivision, property located at 201 Newell Street, Zone I-1. This is number 1344. And Mr. Judas is back.
I'm busy tonight. We worked real hard before Christmas to get all these ready for you. So again, for the record, Stephen Judas with Cole Civil and Survey, 876 South Main Street in Plantsville. Good evening, Mr. Chair and Commission members again. This application is for a property known as 201 Newell Street, although we will be renumbering these to 198 and 218 Newell Street once this is complete, if you find a favorable review. Our property is a 1.62 acre parcel across from Jersey Joe's bar here. We have this site that, as you can see from the aerial image, there was existing homes, there was garages, barns, piles of junk. There was a lot. There was a lot on this piece of property. It took a long time to clean it up. But the applicant, Chris here from AK, is with me. It's A&K Woodworking, and his business is actually in this building right here. So originally, we were talking about doing an addition to this building, and then this became available, and he said, you know what, we're gonna go in this direction. So part of our application tonight, this is the public hearing portion for the re-subdivision. Because this property had been part of a previous subdivision, I think this lot and this lot had been cut out of it previously, we need to submit a public, a re-subdivision application, and that requires a public hearing. So as we move through this, you'll see we actually have site plans as part of this application as well. But for this portion of the public hearing, we're really just talking about taking this parcel and splitting it, putting this line down the middle of it. Right now, it's a 1.62 acre parcel. It's zoned I-1 industrial. All the existing residential structures, barns, sheds, all the debris has been removed from the site. Everything's been raised, the site's been cleaned up, and it's pretty much ready for a new life. The topography, similar to the last site, is extremely flat. And the soils are well-drained, sandy soils on site. We did soil testing for our drainage system, and we found very good soils there. And we're proposing to subdivide it into two lots. Lot 1 would be a 0.92 acre parcel. That would be this one. And Lot 2 would be a 0.69 acre parcel. Both lots would be serviced by public water and public sewer. And the lots contain cross easements in this area to allow vehicles to access across the parking lot in and out of the driveways. These lots do meet your requirements for I-1 zoned parcels, so they meet all the setback requirements and area requirements. And we did, I don't think the subdivision review was too, there wasn't too much on the subdivision end of it. Most of the review comments were related to the site plans. But I think we've addressed staff comments with our revised plans and comment responses. Chris is with me tonight if you have any questions for him. After this public hearing, we'll be getting into the site plan portion of the two lots as well. Any questions for me?
Anyone?
Save it for the site plan.
Just one quick one. Steve, were you saying when you split the lot, it's going to be a shared drive?
So we have an existing curb cut here we're going to utilize for this lot, and then we have another curb cut proposed that they both will utilize. So they'll both be able to crisscross and use the curb cuts.
Okay.
And that helps just with the development plan, with the size of the buildings and getting things in and out of the site. We felt the cross easements, they're bigger than you would typically see. Typically, you'll see cross easements that are like 40 feet by 40 or something, but these are much larger to allow them to access more of the parking areas.
Thank you.
Actually, I do have one quick one, Steve. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. Yeah,
Shaplinsky, go ahead.
yeah, the lot that's shared with that building to the bottom left there, is that any impact to that with, now that he's gonna have all three of those properties, or is that parking lot handled separately for that bottom of the building left?
This one here?
No, on the, further to the left, right there, yeah, that long one.
So this is a separate parcel. The parking lot's completely separate from us. It's all off-site.
Okay,
so we
that's
will-
completely separate
yeah.
for that person's, oh, okay, got
Yeah,
it.
we won't have any interaction with that parcel.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone good? All right. At this point, is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this application? All right, seeing none, we'll move, is there anyone here to speak against this application? All right, seeing none, any issues to closing this public hearing? All right, hearing is closed. Moving on to item C, Freedom Property LLC proposed special permit application to convert an existing building into residential and retail use and to construct construct an additional 4-unit residential building on the parcel property located at 83 Center Street, Zone CB, SPU number 724. Again, Mr. Judas, the floor is yours.
For the record, Stephen Judas, 876 South Main Street, Plantsville, here tonight with Luke Florian from Freedom Properties. The subject parcel is a half acre, 0.47 acres of land located downtown in a central business zone. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the Topala Furniture Building, which is this yellow building here. Luke has purchased the building. He's removed the garages in the back of the property in anticipation to redevelop the site. The existing building was serviced by public sewer and public water, which will continue. The parcel has frontage on Center Street, on North Liberty Street, and then on Liberty Place. Our proposal is to redevelop the existing building and the existing site, I guess, more or less into a mixed-use site, which is permitted by special permit with your regulations. And basically, the first floor of this building in the front would remain commercial retail space. The back half of this building would have 3 residential units. The second floor would be 6 residential units, and then we're proposing 4 additional townhouse units in the back with individual driveways and garages and patios. As for parking for this building, we're proposing a new parking lot with a subsurface stormwater management system. And we're proposing to have sidewalks interconnect from the back doors of these units to the parking lot and then out to the street, where we're proposing sidewalks along the entire frontage of this area, kind of improving that area. If you've ever driven by there, it's kind of uncontrolled gravel. It really hasn't. So this will formalize it, add a curb and a sidewalk, and also street trees, as you can see from the green circles. We also have some additional landscaping inside this area, this green space. We have some benches proposed in this area. And overall, Luke's pretty excited about it. If you're familiar with his work downtown, he's always improving things, and he's looking to bring that vision to this property as well. I want to make sure I covered all the basics here. I mentioned stormwater infiltration system, landscaping, a new sidewalk, and then interior improvements as well. So this is on for special permit because it's a conversion of a use into a redevelopment of a mixed use. And then it'll also be on for site plan after the public hearing as well. So we did receive comments from staff and went through. We also did our notifications, did our mailings for any abutting properties within 250 feet, which is required on this application, but not on the previous application. So those mailings all went out, and all the residents within 250 feet were notified of this application as well. Any questions for me about this one?
I'll open the floor up to the commissioners. Commissioner Britton?
I've seen it already. It started to show some progress down there.
Yeah, we
Looks-
took the buildings down and
Looks
cleaned things
a
up.
lot cleaner than it was, so thank you for that. I guess my questions are more, I'm excited about the mixed use. Now, with the parking there, and we know with a lot of downtown events that are being held, is there gonna be fencing around that parking? Anything to stop people from going in there? Because I just see that as being a future
Yeah,
issue.
It probably will be an issue. I think fencing, I don't know if it would really solve the issue, because then we'd have to gate the entrance. I think that Luke has other property downtown. I think that most likely he would put up signage, just notifying people that it's privately owned and maintained, and you'll be towed if you park in it, I
Right.
think is what we'd have to do, because just like any parking down there, people, it's hard to police, but his residents, I think, will probably police it better than any of us, and keep people out of there if they don't belong there. So I don't think there's no plans from us to fence it. I think if there was problems and he felt he had to put a gate in or fence it, then he would
Yeah.
do that, but.
I mean, I like that it's open now, but,
Yeah.
just thinking of you as the owner, that's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, I don't.
What
Tough
about-
call. It's a tough one. It is a tough one, but we want a vibrant downtown. We
Yeah.
need people. And,
Sure do.
and that's one of the things that when we can't find a place to park downtown, that's a good thing.
And
It
then can you
is.
just, Steve, can you just address to the 6 units above on the second floor? You know, what's that layout? I'm trying to look at some of the things here, but some of the things are not working on our
I don't
laptops.
know if I have a layout of that actual.
Any renderings, what it, 3D, what it might look like, or?
So this this is the
Townhouse.
townhouse units on Liberty Place. You can see they have, you know, individual entries and individual driveways and garages. And just tried to mix up the exterior finishes, similar to what you see across the street with the building that Luke's working on right now. I don't know if I have. I really was looking more at again, this is the rear of the existing building with entranceways and then kind of little, not overhang balconies, but sliders with the little gates there that you can open the slider but not really step out onto anything. I don't think I have a rendering that Luke tells me is close, but not exactly what he wants to do. But I guess on the lower half of the building, he wants to try to utilize as much of the brick as possible, and then he'll mix it up. He wants to try to make it look like 3 separate buildings instead of one gigantic building.
And are we thinking all 1-bedroom apartments, or?
1 and
Mix of
2,
one,
and I do have those numbers. Although Luke probably knows them offhand. It keeps changing.
Yeah, I can tell by the comments that you've had to change them a few times.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's 4 of the townhouses, and then the apartments, yeah, I didn't break it up, my 2 per units. I laid it out as 9 units at 2 bedroom. Yeah,
Okay.
half and half spaces. Which means my parking calculations are conservative, so we'll have a little more parking than what I laid out,
Okay.
so.
That was, I was going with that, tying the two together, so thank
Yeah.
you.
Anyone else?
Can I just close the loop on that parking part? So, question 15 in the engineering comments discusses that there's 20 conservative, as you would say, parking spots that are on the site, but it's required for 28. Your response on it, I'll read it. The parking layout has been reviewed and deemed sufficient by planning and zoning based on historic use and available public parking in the downtown area. Please refer to the new parking data table. So, maybe this question is for staff, or either one of you can.
Sure.
Is it 28 or is it 20?
Well,
It's required.
in discussions with, through the chair, in discussions with the applicant's representative, we agreed that all the residential is covered, and then some. And then historically, it's always been, you know, shared parking downtown. So in this case, they're reducing the amount of retail, so there's even less demand for non-dedicated, which is the residential portions of it. So it's across the street. The town's doing another lot right across the way on High Street, and then there's the on-street parking. So we felt that it was sufficient, and we weren't gonna hold them to any other retail standards, since they weren't there to begin with.
But that's not explicitly defined in our regulation.
No, there's wiggle room essentially to do that.
So the other thing, I think that your question had to do with the total number of spaces, and technically there are 28 spaces, I believe.
Yeah, because I think you're counting the garages.
You count the garage and the driveway space for those units, so we basically have 8 spaces there, and then,
And then 20.
yeah.
Oh, well, then,
Now my numbers aren't,
then
let
that's
me
not
just make
28.
sure.
Yeah. And that's reasonable for us, because people do use garages in the driveway, so if
Right.
they have guests, they'll pull the car in and then.
Well, I mean, if we can credit the garage, then let's credit the garage,
Yeah.
and the conversation is moot at that point.
Yeah,
I'm
that, we
good.
did include the garage spaces, and that is standard procedure for a townhouse unit that has a garage. We'll count the garage space and we'll count the driveway space as well.
Good. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyone else?
One thing, in the questions, you're relying on the public lighting.
Yeah,
Excuse me. As of right now, I'm not sure how much public lighting there is there. Do you think that's gonna be sufficient?
so generally, I guess the lighting regulations put us in it can be a little difficult, because generally when we look at lighting, we'll look at a parking lot, and we'll decide whether we're gonna have pole lights or we'll have full cutoff box, shoebox kind of structures on the building. In this situation, these buildings are all gonna have kind of residential lights around them. On the back side here, we're gonna have some residential lights, we're gonna have some residential lights on the front and on the back of this that don't really fall into the category of the lighting requirements. You follow me? Like, they're not, like, residential decorative lighting is not a full cutoff fixture. So if we try to take a residential lighting and put it into our plan, it doesn't, we can't meet the requirement, if that makes any sense. So we felt that with, the lighting around with the poles, there are lights. I didn't go out and count. I just, from experience, from being out there, I thought that there was decent lighting. It's not the applicant's intent to not light it well enough. I think there's three pole lights out around this corner of this property, and we thought that that was sufficient, along with the residential type lighting that you'll have on the outside of the building. If the commission feels that you want more, then he'd be happy to add more.
Anyone else? I'd just like to say thank you for clarifying the parking space issue.
Yeah, I
We've had
apologize.
some issues with that of late with some of our more recent applications, and we appreciate the fact that there's no gray area.
It was honestly, it was on us, where our parking table should have been clearer, and it wasn't. So once we looked at it again, had a conversation with Dave and Connor, and went back through it and corrected it.
Dave, question for you. Moving forward, at what point do we lose control if it needs more lighting?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think that once you have residents there, they're gonna kind of drive the conversation between themselves and the owner. There are certainly streetlights there, and they'll be the
Okay.
first to complain if there's an issue, if those go out. We have contacts too, if they complain to us about it. They're replaced occasionally, they have pretty
Right.
long lives, so I don't really have an issue just saying, leave it up to them.
No, I just wanted to ask the question so that everyone's comfortable,
Yeah.
moving forward at this point.
Yes,
So,
Yeah,
all right.
and I'm not positive, maybe Dave can clarify, but our lighting requirements are really more about, I don't think they require lights. I think our requirements are more, if you're gonna put lights in, we wanna make sure that they're not too bright, So
Right.
some communities actually have a minimum standard of candle watts over paved areas and parking areas and things like that, and that can be very difficult when you're dealing with a parking lot that's so close to the property lines, because they also don't allow us to encroach any light encroachments over the property line. So we've run into some situations where the town's regulations actually contradict themselves. Here in Southington, it's more, I think, if you're gonna put lights up, we wanna make sure that it's not overlit, and we don't want that either. We want it safe, we want people to be comfortable, but we don't wanna overlight it if we don't have to.
I think the building department may chime in too, on the access and egresses. There has to be adequate lighting there, so they'll
Right.
definitely chime in on that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dave. Anyone else?
I just want to, there's a street light on the corner of North Liberty and High, and then another street light on on the street to the western corner of the YMCA, which is pretty much directly across from where these buildings are. So
Nice.
it's going to be served by two street lights also.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone good? All right. At this point, I'll open it up to members of the public. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this application? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into, is there anyone here to speak opposed to this application? All right, seeing none, we're going to close this application. Everyone good with that? All right, this application is closed. Okay, we're going to move into the business meeting, and before we do so, I just want to make the point, we're going to take item A, C, and C together, and we'll come back for item B and put that with D, E. You good with that, Steve?
Yes, I was just trying to follow along.
All right, so item A, 628 Associates LLC, proposed special permit application to permit construction of an additional building on the parcel, property located at 170 Spring Street, Zone I-1, SPU 723.
Mr. Chairman, though, from a just a technical perspective, on A, I can't technically comment because it's a part of a closed public hearing. So you might want to just take that one separately. I know combining them makes it easier, but you have to consider, A, having two buildings in one parcel without my input at this point.
All right.
Dave, am I correct in that?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's, like
Okay.
you said, the hearing's closed. You can discuss it amongst yourself and with us, with whatever's on the record, but I don't think there's anything really outstanding on that one.
Okay. Or if you want me to just do the presentation, I'll do it 4B, and we can and you guys can just, I think you'll have to vote on them separately. That's the only thing that I would.
I was just trying to streamline it. I know
I-
you're doing
I-
it all.
I get you. I'm all for that, believe me.
Just lump them all together then.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, not B, C. Technically, I'm talking about C, and I'm basically going to kind of go back through my original presentation and just talk about, the proposed building that we're adding to the site. Let me get my proper note. As I mentioned previously, it's a 21,000 square foot building, serviced by public water and public sewers. It's designed to be able to be utilized in multiple spaces or individual spaces. We have a handicap space at the corner here, and then we have spaces outside of each of these doorways. We have a landscaped island at this location and some street trees proposed throughout. And we have some additional landscaping around the back corner, around this detention area. The detention area is, again, very shallow, 2 feet deep, and water is designed to swale off this parking lot and off the roof leaders into this area and into the basin. And then we have a drainage system proposed along the front to pick up any drainage along the front, and that ties into a flared end here that then comes around the corner and comes into our basin as well. There's already public water and public sewer on site, a main and a manhole, so we'll be tying in our utilities to those existing mains that are located at this location. And the applicant's just excited to get going on this. So we did receive comments. I believe we've addressed them satisfactorily. The only question, again, was the fencing on the pond, which I think you had suggested a wooden rail, guardrail. And we have a good detail for that, and we can definitely add that to the plans. Any questions for me about this one?
I do have one. I have one quick one. Following up on my colleague Caleb's previous comments, for the other 3 units that they plan to potentially lease out, do we know, are they units in which, like, the work could be completed within those spaces, or is it something where it's like a storage site, and so you're gonna have minimal employees, but maybe going out, spreading out somewhere? It's just in concerns to the parking situation, I'm just curious.
So most of these are designed with like an overhead door. You would have an electrician that parks his van in here, or 2 vans. You probably could fit 2 vans in there. And then there's a space or 2 spaces. There's one designated space outside of each one,
Yep.
but you could have more if you wanted to park in front of the door, so that user could park in front of the door if you wanted to. But I think you'll see a combination of things. You'll see either someone who's just storing material there.
Yep.
You may have a very
Small
small
operation.
manufacturing,
Okay.
1 or 2 employees
Yeah.
working out of a space like this.
Yep. But nothing where you're
It's-
gonna get like 10 cars all of a sudden
No,
they're piling up?
not
on
at
one?
all.
Okay,
And,
got it.
and it's in the applicant's best interest to have enough parking for his uses. He doesn't want to, and if you ever drive by this parking lot is almost always empty.
Yeah, I know
So
what you're talking about, yeah.
There's plenty of additional parking if need
Sure.
be on
Okay.
site, so.
Appreciate it, Steve, thank you.
Caleb?
So he have a chance to make something up?
The
The,
dumpster. There are existing dumpsters, I think, located along this building, right in this corner here.
okay.
I think if we had to add another dumpster pad, there's a grass area here, we would put an enclosure at this location if necessary. So
And-
there's room if we need one, but.
So we would propose that what's existing is gonna satisfy the need, and if need to expand it,
We would.
does
we
that
would
need
add
to
one.
be changed on a site plan?
No, you can add it as a step, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Good. Yeah,
That's it?
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. If there's no further questions, Dave, you see this is ready for action?
I do, Mr. Chairman, but just to clarify, we've asked for it on the zoning permit. If in the meantime, between the site plan approval and when they build it, we ask for it to be shown on the zoning. So, yes.
So if there's no further questions, I guess we're ready to act on this. Dave, can you call the roll, please?
We,
Make
So
a
we're gonna
motion.
do the special permit first, right? Item A?
Yeah, we need a motion first,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to approve SPU 723.
You
I'll
gotta,
second that.
you gotta make it with the stipulations though, right, with the
I
guardrail?
was
and
gonna make the stipulations
For
in the
C?
in the site plan.
Okay, oh, see, that's right, okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Yep.
All right. I am trying to move the meeting along, but not as fast as I'm going, so I'm going to slow down. And, we're going to, Dave, can you call the roll, please?
Sure. Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Locks? Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Wolowski.
Wolowski's a yes. Motion carries. Okay, we're going to go to item B,
So,
as requested.
C, right?
C? Okay.
so I'll make a motion to approve SPR 1907 with the stipulation to include wood fence around the discharge area and a pad, if needed, for additional garbage space.
Yes.
Do we want to just clarify on the top parking lot side of the basin? Just so we have it.
The south side.
I think it's going to be on the,
Yeah,
it would
so
be the northeast,
the wood
northeast
rail
side.
would be adjacent to the building on the west side of the building. The pad will be on the south side in the grassy area.
Yeah, you're here somewhere.
Great, grassy knoll.
The grassy knoll, watch out.
All right. Everybody good? Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, Dave, can you call the roll, please?
Sure. Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Locks?
Yes.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Wolowski.
Yes, motion carries. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now we're going to backtrack to item B, AGA Millwork LLC, two-lot re-subdivision, property located at 201 Newell Street, Zone I-1, number S1344.
So this is another one where the public hearing closed, so I have to restrict my comment, and I'll get into the site plan portions of this after you deliberate.
Okay. Any discussion on this application? If not, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve S 1344.
Okay, I need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Dave, can you call the roll?
Sure. Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Locks?
Yes.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Wolowski.
Wolowski's a yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Item D, AGA Millwork LLC, proposed construction of a 17,900 square foot building and associated parking, property located at 201 Newell Street, Zone I-1, SPR 1910.
You want to do E as well? The presentation
So,
is gonna be the same.
Yeah, we can do, should I?
You actually can combine those, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
that might be
combine that.
easier.
So items E, to include item E, AGA Millwork, proposed construction of a 7,200 square foot building and associated parking located at 201 Newell Street, Zone I-1, SPR 1911.
Okay, Mr. Chair, again, for the record, Stephen Judas with Cole Civil, 876 South Main Street. So this one kind of came in as we had submitted a site plan, a one site plan, and then included a subdivision plan in our application. And Dave kind of pointed out that we needed to separate the subdivision because you had to make a motion on the subdivision before we'd have lots to look at. So it took a little while for us to get the pieces in place with the applications and so on. And then there was also some confusion on the addresses. We had to reassign the addresses for these properties. So we have basically lot number 1, which was part of the public hearing, and lot number 2. And we submitted a site plan, one singular site plan for 2 separate lots, and that's why we're asking you to kind of consider them together. And it makes sense because the parking lots work together, the buildings work together, the owners are going to be the same. And this is what we're proposing. Basically, lot number 1, as I mentioned, is a .92 acre parcel, which would be this parcel. And Chris's operation is in this building. He's going to move that operation into this building and expand his operation into high-end millwork and woodwork. Architectural millwork. And then he's going to, hopefully, again, another flex space where he's going to divide this up into 4 separate units and then lease out those spaces to different contractors and so on. The site is very flat, but we have subsurface stormwater systems for the roofs and the parking lots. We have a small depression here for some runoff from the parking lot, and then we have some additional underground storage at this location. We're proposing street trees and landscaping islands throughout the site. We have infiltration strips around all the paved areas. We don't have a lot of curbing here. We're proposing, infiltration, trying to get the water to infiltrate, go into the grass areas and things like that. Not a lot of hard piping, not a lot of hard catch basins. And this is all in accordance with the DEP's stormwater quality recommendations. So this site, because it's flat and it's sandy, works very, very well for what we're trying to do here. And we think that once completed, it's gonna work very well from a stormwater management perspective. We did propose, at the request of the town engineer, to add some guardrail on this corner, just to protect anyone from that depression. It's not deep, it's about 3.5 feet, I think, but it's safer to have it there because we do have a lot of traffic coming around this corner and coming this way, so we felt that that was a good addition to the plan set. Chris is excited to move forward and get into that bigger space, so if you have any additional questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Commissioners, anything?
Can I ask an off-topic question?
Do I have to answer it?
Actually, to the applicant. It's not about to color your eyes. The existing building that you're operating out of, are you gonna still maintain occupation there, or are you gonna sell that one?
Say your name and address.
Yes, my name is Chris Kolodziejczyk, 501 Flanders Road here in Saddington. So that building is like 4-bay garage building. It used to be 4 different businesses. So my goal is to keep the building, not sell it, but also maybe lease it or rent it for potential like electrician or plumber or something like that, and get additional income to pay for those buildings.
Gotcha.
You know,
Good. Well,
so-
thank you. Very, very good luck to you and your expansion.
Okay?
So more flex space, okay. Sue?
Yes, are you going to have any outside storage for any cutting fluids or anything you might be using?
No, I don't think so.
So no, we don't do any cutting like on the outside or anything like that. We do mostly cabinets, reception desks for schools, hospitals, banks. And the problem in my business is then I need storage because those items are bulky and I need storage. This existing building is about 8,000 square feet and I need more room simply for storage, not for manufacturing, because right now we do everything on CNCs and stuff like that. So everything is inside the building, contained with no dust, and
Okay,
so every machine has a
Nothing
dust collector.
outside.
No, nothing outside, no.
okay, thank you.
Okay?
Everyone good?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, Steve, you all set?
I'm good, yeah,
All right,
unless you have any other questions for me.
all right, so I guess I'm looking for a motion to approve items D and E.
I'll make a motion to approve item SPR number 1910. I can add that 1911 to that too, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and I'll add a motion to approve SPR number 1911 as well.
All right. We have a motion to approve 1910 and 1911. Do we have a second?
Second that.
Okay, Commissioner Britton with the second. Dave, can you call the roll?
Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Lux?
Yes,
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Walowski.
Walowski's a yes, motion carries.
Thank
Moving
you.
on to item F, Freedom Property LLC, proposed special permit application to convert an existing building into a residential and retail use and to construct an additional 4-unit residential building on the parcel, property located at 83 Center Street, Zone CB, SPU 724.
Again, Mr. Chair, this one is the public hearing item, so I can't comment on that.
All right. Is there any commissioner discussion on this?
We didn't have speculation.
Seeing none?
No.
Looking for a motion to approve SPU 724.
Make a motion to approve SPU 724.
Commissioner Britton with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Goodrich with a second. Dave, can you call the roll?
Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Locks?
Yes.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Walowski.
Walowski's a yes. Motion carries. Moving on
Thank
to
you.
item G, Freedom Properties LLC, proposed site plan for new townhouse building, residential units and existing building, property located at 83 Center Street, Zone CB, SPR 1912.
Mr. Chair, Steve Judas, 876 South Main Street. Basically, it's my same presentation as the public hearing items. We're proposing mixed use of the existing building with commercial space in the front and 3 units on the first floor in the back, 6 units on the second floor entirely, and then 4 additional townhouse units with a proposed parking area. Proposed sidewalks downtown will be a nice addition, street trees, and some interior benches and things like that. We do have an enclosed dumpster pad is also part of our application on our plan as well. I believe we've addressed all of staff comments, and I'm here to answer any questions that you still might have, and that's my presentation on this one.
Commissioners, any questions?
I have one. I think I saw in the notes that you weren't sure exactly what was gonna be used for the commercial space at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
Only because I wasn't sure if it was something where, with the 3 units in the back, if there's gonna be, I'm assuming there's gonna be substantial material to keep it quiet, if it's something that might be a little bit louder business versus something that's not as loud.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll let Luke
Fire
answer that.
separation has to be
Yeah.
very strict material, so you'll see, walls with fire stops and all that. So
Okay.
They're pretty soundproof.
Okay, so the tenants effectively wouldn't really know that even if somebody was there, if they didn't know that it was there.
Typical banging stuff.
I
Okay,
think,
that's
and
what I figured.
I think over, tenants, some tenants will come in expecting that they're next to a commercial use.
Sure,
unit,
yeah,
And other
yeah.
tenants will be like, oh,
Yeah.
I can hear them shutting their cabinets or something.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the tenant on both sides of the fence, whether the commercial tenant or the,
Okay.
or the residential. That's something that Luke will have to manage.
Work out. Okay, all good.
All the staff concerns have been addressed, Dave?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Um, Just bear with me for 1 second.
Absolutely.
All right, so it looks like the only thing pending is the water approval. Okay.
Mm.
With that said, I'll be looking for a motion to approve SPR 1912.
I'll make a motion to approve SPR 1912.
Commissioner Britton with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Dave, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner McGuire?
Yes.
Commissioner Locks?
Yes.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich?
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Walowski.
Walowski's a yes, motion carries. Moving on to item H, Lightfi and Ace Adjet Lumini, proposed conversion of a residential wood frame structure into a mixed-use building, property located at 426 North Main, zoned B SPR number 1913, and if I butchered the names, I apologize.
I just call him Lou. Any response to Lou? So, Mr. Lumani here owns a barbershop downtown next to the Carousel, and he's looking to move his location into this existing building. This is an existing house that was converted to office space. There was a mortgage company in there, there was an insurance company in there, and so on. What he's looking to do is to utilize it as a mixed use. And our only exterior improvement is this little yellow or red stairway that he's proposing to add to allow tenants from the second floor to get down to the, more of an emergency exit for the second floor space. So the proposal is to have 2 residential units and then his barber shop within this house. And this is permitted per your regulations, especially in this zone. They allow that in existing wood frame structures. So he's purchased this and he's looking to do some improvements, but mostly on the interior, except for this stairway that we're proposing on the exterior. However, your approval would be to allow the mixed use and to permit him to construct the stairway, if you were to so grant it.
Okay.
Mr. Lumani's here, if you have any questions for him. But the site, it has ample parking, it has a handicap space, it has a sign location already. It's set up already for him to kind of just get in there and start operating.
Okay. Any questions from my fellow commissioners? Pretty straightforward. Okay. With that stated, I'm looking for a motion to approve SPR 1913.
I'll make a motion to approve number SPR 1913.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Goodrich with a second. Dave, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner McGuire,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Coles,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich,
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky.
Yes.
And Chair Wolowski.
Wolowski's a yes, motion carries. I'd like to just make a brief statement here. These applications that we've just gone through today, we've got a nice mix of local business expansion, and I like this. I like to see that. We're
I'm
working on
happy to
some-
present
some
them to you, to be
nice
honest
residential
with you.
stuff, non-controversial things,
Yeah.
expanding our tax base. We're doing everything right, so thank you very much.
Thank you for your time and consideration tonight. I couldn't be happier to bring them before you and things that we can,
All right, so
no issues. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, item I, mandatory 824 referral for the conveyance and purchase of real property involving land known as and adjacent to 821 South End Road, Zone R40, MR 573. Dave, can you give the commission a little bit of
Sure.
background on what this is about?
Sure, so a number of years ago, we bought the portion of the Curtis family farm off of South End Road. It's a pretty big chunk, it's like 35 acres, nice pond on it. And some of the members of the family still own houses around it. Mr. Curtis pointed out that there was a structure previously on the property. It was a large barn, but there's also within the bottom footprint of the barn, there was like a stone-lined area that they believe was used as part of the Underground Railroad. So he knows he's not going to have that property forever, so he asked if the town is interested. So we had some research done on it, and it all leans towards the family being part of the pro-abolitionist movement. So we'd like to incorporate that into the larger piece. So we're looking to spend $15,000 of the open space money to do so. We had the property surveyed. We're just gaining a little strip, a couple hundred feet long by 35, 40 feet wide, just to contain that area. It's directly adjacent. We already have a storyboard on the larger parcel speaking to its history. We have a letter from the chair of the Open Space Committee. I think it's a great addition to our holdings. But as part of the process, since it involves purchasing land, we have to come before PZC, and then it'll go back to the council if there's a favorable recommendation for the 824.
All right, terrific. Thanks, Dave. Sounds like a great addition to the
Do
town.
you mind if I
With
speak?
that, I'll be
Do you mind if I speak one quick?
Todd, go
Yeah,
ahead.
thanks.
Sorry.
No problem. No, I just want to say, as a former member of the Open Space Committee, I want to give credit to that committee for, really pursuing this project and, working with the curator of the Barnes Museum, Christina Volpe, and, you know, to Dave's point, you know, really doing some of the research revolving around the historical significance of this property, at least that part of it. So just wanted to give credit where that's due. So,
Okay. Commissioner Britton has a question for Dave.
Sure.
Dave, we're not here for approval, we're just to recommend
It's a favorable recommendation.
favorable recommendation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
With that said, Commissioner Chaplinsky, do I have a motion?
yep, I'll make a motion to approve item number MR number 573.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner McGuire?
I'll
Second.
call it, yeah. Commissioner McGuire,
Yes.
Commissioner Locke,
Yes.
Commissioner Coles,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Goodrich,
Yes.
Vice Chair Chaplinsky.
Yes.
And Chair Walowski.
Wolowski's a yes, motion carries. Moving on to item J, 5-year extension request, SPR 1794, 1223 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike, Lineberry Realty. Ready for action, Dave?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, they just hadn't started work yet.
Okay. I'm looking for a motion for SPR 1794.
I'll make a motion to approve item number SPR number 1794.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Goodrich with a second.
A voice vote should be fine.
Voice vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Item 13, administrative items. Dave?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this was before you not too long ago, at the end of Mastriani Place. New owner is proposing a 20,000 square foot building previously, but he wants to reduce it to about 9,500 with an 1,800 square foot overhang. It just works better for his business model. I don't have any issues with it. It's a reduction of building size and nothing really else changed for drainage or anything.
Okay, terrific. And receipt of new applications and items to schedule?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing at this moment, all right. With that said, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Coles?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're done. Everyone have a great evening.
Yes, likewise. Good job, Steve.
Alternates, don't forget, go get sworn in at Town Hall, and we will see you at our next meeting. On the big stage.